Let's take a look at the Saberforge Sentinel lightsaber. So if you've been looking at this hilt design on the Saberforge website, you might notice that there are some differences. So the current Sentinel version has a few design differences from the ones that I have here. Most notably, there's some added kind of fins near the emitter section, but these are an earlier version of that hilt design, and they're Apprentice sabers, which just means they're kind of a somewhat simplified lightsaber design, and they're also comprised of primarily two pieces, so the main hilt and then the pommel. And you'll notice that the hilts that I have here, they have different pommels on them, so that's because this hilt on the left is actually using a fallen pommel, so the standard pommel for this hilt is actually this one on the right, which kind of blends in somewhat seamlessly with the hilt, which is kind of neat. So if we start at the top, we have the emitter section. Here's a look inside. There's the blade retention screw there, and these kind of vertical window slots that are stadium shaped. Below that, there's this series of grooves. It's kind of that alternating metallic silver and black sort of zebra striping. Sometimes I think of it that way. And then we've got this nice taper. It almost gives the illusion of a thin neck saber, but it's not a thin neck saber. So it's just this kind of nice, comfortable taper. And then below that we have the switch section, and so you've got the empty switch holes. This one has a few switches installed on it. And then in the grip section, so you can see that the diameter narrows in the grip section, so if you get it without the wrap, it looks like this. And if you get it with a wrap, the wrap kind of fills in the diameter, makes it more uniform in diameter with the switch section of the hilt and then the lower part of the hilt. And then we get to the cover tech wheel. So cover tech wheel is standard on these hilts. The one on the right, it just doesn't have it on there because I did get these secondhand. Then finally we get to that pommel. So this is the standard pommel that's included with the hilt. It's vented, as is the case with all of the Saberforge hilts, and it's neat how it blends in somewhat seamlessly with the rest of the hilt design. There's just this kind of this hairline area where the pommel sort of connects to the body of the hilt. So anyway, this has been a look at Saberforge Sentinel, and this is an earlier version of the Sentinel, although Saberforge does still offer, well, a slightly modified newer version of the saber in their store. So feel free to comment below.